Let's go. We're back with another sesh. I'm here with my man Vishal as always. It's Rob from Buttendz. We're back for a session. Let's go, bro.
Rob, so excited to jump back on here and talk about how we're setting this up and how we're taking this forward, man.
Yeah, dude, it's been a good week. Last week's episode was unbelievable. We had the boss on. You guys got to check out that episode. And we were dealing with some technical issues that, we're trying to get this thing off the ground and doing a bunch of stuff. And you did a great job filling in for me because I had some tech issues last week. So, yeah, man, what's going on with you over in India right now?
We're doing just great, man. I'm just swamped with a lot of work going on. Like I said, we're just dealing with some technical glitches here with our sessions, but we're on the roll. This is what I think 11th or 12th week in a row that we're doing this. Again, it's so exciting to come back on every week and come here and talk to you about various things. And
Yeah,
one of those things
100%,
this
man.
week
I
I
was really pumped to do this. I was really pumped actually for this episode, just a little bit like less pressure because we purposely didn't invite a guest. I had a couple people lined up. Actually, I talked to my buddy Jimbo, who I'm doing my hockey camp with, and I want him to come on the show so that we can talk a little bit about the Hot Hands hockey camp we have going on. But we've got some tech things that we wanted to work out, so we just figured we'd have a session, just you and I today. And yeah, first of all, once again, like last week was crazy, bro. Like I just wanted to tell everybody like my audio issues. Like I had the DJI, I had two pro mics going last week, and for some reason, and I also wanted to wear the headphones so that I could hear Marlon, like what she was saying to me during the show, and the headphones actually grabbed the audio, and so it sounded like I was in a concrete bunker, which I kind of am down here in Puerto Rico. So hopefully we're gonna get this sorted out with the mic this week, and yeah, man, we're gonna have everything dialed in so that we have guests coming on. Also, too, man, I want to let you know the clips that you sent are really good, and luckily I'm not in very much of them because we're more about featuring our guests. We want to put the boss in all these episodes. So Josh and I have been working behind the scenes, and I'm basically dubbing over all of my audios to drop the clips. So we're doing edits behind the scenes to get those clips out, for reels and whatever. And yesterday I did the first one. It was pretty easy, right? So like I'm just timing myself and basically just repeating what I asked her because my audio is so bad. I wanted to ask you, dude. Like I'm almost hesitant to not even drop the episode, the long version, just because it's so bad. The audio is so bad. What do you think about that?
I think I want to play around with the audio a little bit to see if I can get any better than it was because I feel like there's a lot of value in that episode and Boss did a great job telling her story and giving advice to like younger women athletes, of course. And
Yeah,
Boss was definitely one of her one of a kind of guests that we've had so far, and but that we will have in the future as well. So I think the best way would be to just drop the episode anyway. But I'm gonna try to fix the audio. I'm gonna try to see what I can do with the audio before posting it. I'll run it by you though.
well, so
Yeah.
just in the meanwhile, what do you think about the idea of like just for me and Josh behind the scenes? I've been doing dubs of like just so that the clips are clean. Like I don't want her to share. It's so embarrassing, man. It's my audio is so bad. I'm embarrassed about it, and especially because she dedicated her time and like she's excited about getting her message out there, and we wanted to help her do that. And she's got, like you said, she's got a great message, and she said so much great stuff. She brought the heat to the episode, and I really want to provide that value and put that stuff on the internet, but my audio is so bad. But I think with just dubbing over the reels, like how many do we have? Like five or six clips, something like that.
Five. Five.
Okay, so I think I can dub over and we can do edits, and then that way that'll be like better for like just the if she's gonna share it on her page and things. And then I guess like if we're gonna drop the full episode, it's not the end of the world. We can maybe put a little disclaimer in the in the description of the video or something, just so that like people can be forewarned before they listen to the episode how bad my audio is. Hopefully we'll see by tomorrow. I think we've got some people working on the episode for the clips, and I think we can fix, at least for me, like my questions so that it doesn't sound so bad. But we'll see. I don't know. Hopefully, man. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, Boss was a star. She's a star already, but like she was a star to like come in and understand because I remember during the recording too, we had some technical glitches, and while behind the scenes, she was so supportive. She was like, "Hey, it's all good. It's technology, right? Like, I mean, everything happens." So she was there. She was supportive. I'm sure even if the clips sound bad, or even if the long episode sounds bad, she wouldn't mind that. And I'm sure the audience they'll love the value that we've brought over and over, and that we will be bringing in future as well. So I think they'd understand, and a little disclaimer would help maybe.
Yeah, all right. Well, we'll hopefully that's going to be the learning curve. So today I'm just using. I think we're going to have good audio. You'll let me know after the show today. But anyways, big stories going on right now in the NHL world. I'm wondering if you had a chance to see over in India. Has it made international news about Alexander Ovechkin breaking Gretzky's goal record?
Absolutely. I believe India is also one of the nations that's going crazy amongst like the other nations in the world. I'm sure the entire world is going crazy, especially the hockey world. Big scores. I mean, that's a big number, right? And that's a big, big, big record. He's only the. I mean, he's the best now. He's the greatest now. So officially, um, yeah, of course, it's a global news. I think.
Yeah, crazy story. It's been fun to watch, and I was like super excited because luckily a year ago we had an opportunity. We were traveling, and I reached out to the equipment manager from the Washington Capitals, and shout out to Brocker. Brock Miles is the equipment manager for Washington. He's been there for probably I think Ovechkin's whole career, and he's been super. We do the equipment manager show every year, and he's always like, "Yeah, come into the locker room, come do a demo for the boys sometime." I hit him up, and he was like, "Yeah, we're going to be in LA. The Capitals were in LA, so he invited us into the locker room before pregame skate to do a demo for the boys." So I was like, man, I'm so stoked. Obviously, like I've been watching Ovechkin my whole life, and he's obviously one of the greatest players of all time. And I'm like, wow, this is pretty cool. The opportunity to show the Buttendz product to these guys, and especially a guy like Ovechkin. So we got to go to LA and do the demo for the Capitals. And again, going in there, man, like I was nervous because I didn't know. You never know. Like especially when I go see, I know any teams. You never really know how like the teams are gonna, welcome you in or like the product or whatever. But like still it's exciting. So I show up with my stuff, and the first guy to come over. So we set up underneath in LA, like they're visitors are set up there where they get to practice, and it's pretty sick. It's NHL, right? Showtime. And so they set us up outside the locker room. A couple of the coaches came over, said what's up. First player to come over, he comes walking over. He's wearing like a Michael Jordan sort of collab hoodie, like just gangster. And it's Alexander Ovechkin. He comes over, he introduces himself. I'm like, yeah, what's up, man? I'm a huge fan. And he was excited to see the product and to like, check out the different offerings that we had and like, just to see the technology that we were bringing into the room, something that might fit for his game. And he's like, oh, absolutely. I want to try this product. I want to check it out. And he's like, here, I'll bring you a stick. You can do up a stick for me. And yeah, so it was literally like a dream come true for me to be like literally in the room, in the stick room, grabbing one of Ovechkin's twigs, taking off of his tape, slicing it off and then putting on a Buttendz grip, getting it perfect for him. So I got the stick all dialed in, ready to go. And then, a little bit later on in the day, he comes over and I'm like, here you go. I like present it to him, and like his first feel, I want to be like, oh man, he's sick. He's going to touch it. I want to see what he thinks. So to hang out with Ovechkin while he was like checking out the product and like seeing the feel was one of the most exciting experiences for me ever as a hockey player. So it was super cool to have that experience. And then I've been rooting for him ever since to smash the record. So what an experience, what a fun time to see him break it, and to be able to have some experience with him on his journey to do that was epic, man.
That's crazy, and not just that. I think I remember talking to you about this when I was back in Canada, and we had a brief conversation about doing the demo at Washington Capitals, and later you told me Alex Ovechkin was not just one of the first people to come to the booth, but he was also one of the nicest people who came to you and spoke to you at the Capitals demo. So that stuck out to me. I mean, such a legend, right? Such a legend. Great attitude. I believe that's what makes you a greater player on and off the ice, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it just shows you why he's got so many fans globally. And I didn't really know how he would be, but luckily I've had the opportunity to like meet a couple of the NHL stars because of what we do and like be able to interact with them. And like Ovechkin by far was like just one of the easiest to approach, and like just really just like is like almost like a big kid. Like he wanted to hang out and like he wanted to talk about the technology. He wanted to see the new things that were out there. He was telling jokes, like he was having fun. Like he just seems like he really just enjoys what he does. And so it's obvious now. Like you see why he's so great and why he's so loved internationally. And I'm sure he's like that with everybody. Everywhere he goes, he treats everybody with respect, and he was very welcoming and gracious. And then as soon as he came over and like, blessed us with his, his presence and his, and it gave the nod to what we were doing. Right after that, man, all the boys saw that, so like all the guys in the locker room saw Ovechkin hanging out. So then they were coming over. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, like, you did a stick for Ovi. Like, might as well do me a stick too. So we did sticks for a bunch of the boys on the Caps. And then like by the end of the practice, like it was sick. I was like hanging out like on the ice, like at the end of practice, like saucing pucks to the boys, like in LA at the crypto.com arena. It was just like I was like part of the team for the day. So couldn't be, just got to say thank you again to the Washington Capitals, Brocker, Ovechkin for making it all happen. And congratulations again on breaking that unbelievable record, really, like to be one of the greatest players of all time at this point, I think.
Yeah, and I was just thinking about it. It just hit me right now while we were talking. As a young player, I mean, I never got to see, obviously, the Great One play, but only like a couple of videos of him playing online. But now I could imagine what the viewers at the time would have felt like when like the Great One made that record, right? And now for Ovi to make that record, I know this is gonna be spoken about for like probably another century to come, or if not century, maybe decades to come, right? And the young players who haven't gotten to watch Ovi yet will only talk about it in history and will only watch his, videos from the past and stuff. That'd be crazy, And to be able to witness that live is it so
was, sick. To see it the other day, that's something that people are going to be watching forever in the history books. And it was a cool experience to see the whole hockey world kind of come together and congratulate him. And even just like the other sporting world too, like stars from all the other sports too, nodding their cap at what an accomplishment it was for the grade 8 to take down the grade 1. Yeah, it was again for us. Like I knew a couple of years ago when we had the opportunity to do the demo. I was like, obviously they'd already been talking about will he break the record? When's he going to break the record? And just to see him this year, like man, this guy he's having one of his best years ever. Like 40 plus goals. He's 39 years old. It just shows you what a stud and what an elite athlete he is, and it's great. So yeah, way to go.
Yeah. I mean, one of the cool things is also that the Great One was there to celebrate him and to congratulate him on the day off. So that's pretty cool too.
Yeah, I think it was good for hockey. Obviously, even too, like with especially with like all the craziness going on in the world right now. I think it's nice to have like even just with the war going on with Russia and Ukraine and like there's like I think it's good for the world, to see people come together and unite to show that we're all just we're all human and we all just when you get people together, there's not that conflict. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's good for. Hopefully, it'll lead to something positive for the world. I think it will.
Yeah, very well said, man. Very well pointed out.
So yeah, man. So what do you got coming up this week? What's going on? Tell us a little bit about what you guys are up to in India right now with your business.
For hockey, I believe we're working on restarting that rink. I believe we've talked about it before. There's one ice rink in Dehradun in India. That's the full Olympic size rink. They've been working to restart that rink. It's been shut down for about 14 years now. I think it started in 2011. It's been shut down for 14 years ish, I think. And they're planning on restarting that rink to host games there and to play hockey throughout the year and to give people the space to be able to practice and train and learn and grow the sport and all of that kind of stuff. They've been doing that for a couple months now, and hopefully it'll come together very soon. And if that does, or when that does, we'll be able to play another tournament, maybe in June. Who knows?
Is this in
India in the month of June? Like that'll be interesting.
Is this in Delhi or Mumbai?
No, this is a city close to Delhi. So I think it's 3 hours out of Delhi, 3 hours ish out of Delhi.
Yeah. Okay.
The city Dehradun.
Nice, man. Well, hey, listen, I texted with Mustu a little bit and Ule too behind the scenes about, these guys are already hitting me up about coming to India again next year. And I really want to make it happen, man. I think we'll start planning to maybe this summer, maybe figuring out what dates look good. But like, I don't know, it's hard to plan that far ahead, but I'd love to do another hockey adventure in India with you, especially with Sessions. Like, back up to Leh, maybe skate in Delhi, maybe the new rink, like you're saying. That'd be an unbelievable experience.
It would be, really be, and I do miss the time, especially because I had to miss this season out, to sit this season out. I do miss going up there, freezing cold, great views, skating in the open, playing hockey, tossing the puck around. I kind of miss that. So hopefully we get to do that next year, and what better than doing it with you?
Yeah, man. I'm hoping for it too, man. I think it'd be great to come back there. third time's a charm, back to India, and then hopefully the body holds up and we're able to maybe play together again on the same team and compete.
Hey, by the way, speaking of body, how's the prep going? You playing the tournament in July in Argentina again?
Yeah, so I haven't skated to be honest, like at all, really. I've been on the ice a little bit with like I skated with Swaggy in Vegas when we did the opening there for Elevate G Vegas. No pads. I haven't put the pads on since I played in Spain, and purposefully I didn't want to. And honestly, I mean, I'm going to put the pads on again. Hopefully, if I go down to Argentina because it's a full pad tournament with full face mask too, which I love. Like I said this before, man, before I played in Spain, like that was once in a lifetime for me. I really don't want to play hockey again without full facial protection. Like I literally have no interest in getting hit in the mouth and losing my teeth, or God forbid, losing my eye or something, you know. But my main concern this year when I was in Spain, like, yeah, of course I didn't want to get hurt at all for anything, but like I was afraid of like an errant stick or, I'm not looking and a puck hits me in the face. And I ended up with like, massive, losing my teeth and need to get dental work. I've seen so many horror stories of guys who've lost their teeth. So like that was like a main thing for me. And I feel like I skated through. I almost took a couple of shots. I was telling the story on my live stream last week. Somebody was asking me about Spain and I somehow got into this story of like, I was playing defense. We were in San Sebastian playing a road game, and I'm playing like every other shift because like we weren't very good, and like I was playing pretty well. So like I'm out there all the time, which I liked. I was like playing like 30 minutes, and so I'm on the ice and like I'm just like doing my thing, and like this guy goes to shoot a puck in, and it was like I figured he's just gonna dump it in, and he's not gonna shoot it at me. He shoots it right at me. I don't know if it was intentional or what. I look at the last second, and there's the puck is coming like right at my face. And I remember being like, I remember like, it was almost like in slow motion. I like put my head down at the last second and the puck hit me in the helmet and ricocheted off into the crowd or into the glass or whatever. But I was like, man, if I didn't react like in the last millisecond, that puck would have hit me right in the face. And who knows what it would have done. I mean, it was like a rocket, dude. It was like a dump in rocket. And I was like, my gosh, man. Like, yeah, I hurt my knee a little bit, but like I'm all healed on that. Like my knee feels like 100%. I'm still dealing with a little bit of my other nagging thing that I had from before I went to Spain, but we're like almost there. We're doing like hard work. We're in yoga today, but man, I really didn't want to lose my teeth. But I'm playing double IHF hockey. I'm wearing a half shield, and it was a great experience. But dude, I think like it's official. Like I haven't officially announced my retirement yet, but I don't see myself ever playing again without full facial protection. I just feel much. I'm just much more fun to just not to worry about losing all my teeth and having to go get dental work for the next 10 years. You know what I mean? That's kind of where I'm at, but yeah, kind of looking forward, eager to play possibly this summer again down in Argentina.
Wow, nice. Have you spoken to Matt yet?
I know you're a cage guy. I know you're a cage guy too.
Oh, totally. Cage all day. I feel like it's the protection for sure, but for me, it's also nasty. It's just more dangerous to see a guy coming at you with the full cage on instead of like a guy coming at you with the half visor. I just do it for the looks too. The style points, full style points for a cage for me.
I was excited I was excited this year when I went to Spain to like, I wanted to have that pro hockey player look one more time because like I finished my career, dude. Like I finished playing like in 2010, right? So like we didn't have like really good iPhone cameras and we didn't really have I don't have tons of content of me or play like photos of me as a player. I do have some stuff, which is kind of cool, but like I really wanted this new, like I'm playing in Europe, I'm playing in Spain. Like I didn't want to go out there in a cage because it kind of would have been felt like this isn't real. Even though, to be honest with you, like half the guys in the league were in full cages. So I was like, wait a minute, like why am I wearing a half shield when like half my team is wearing cages? But I don't know. I got the look. I got some of the photos. I played 5 games. I got 5 points. And like, all right, that was fun. Let's go back to like having fun playing hockey, going to play tournaments in Argentina, coming up, maybe going New Delhi Sacred Bulls again. Who knows? Like over in India, but like the days of me again grinding it day to day in the locker room, I think are done. But I will say this, dude. I'm really, really happy that I took this opportunity last year and went over and did the Spain thing because I for sure would have been like kicking myself now if I'm like, man, why didn't I go? Because like now I'm like, I'm done, man. Like I don't want to go. Like I'm so happy I don't have to do that whole thing again, dude.
Yeah, I'm sure you got to learn something out of it too. So, maybe that brings up the need for us to start talking about Roborov again.
No, Robo Rob for sure is coming back. I've been working on Robo Rob's whole look, whole wardrobe. I've got some sick ideas. I'm gonna build Robo out this summer when I go back. I'm heading back to. So right now I'm in Puerto Rico recuperating. I'm in my studio here. I didn't use the setup from last week because I'm going to save that for when we have a guest, or maybe build out a little bit differently. So I'm building out here in the studio and recuperating. Dude, you know what I've been doing, man? That's actually I think having a lot of help. Is like obviously you see my surfboard. Like I've been surfing for the last like 5 years down here because of my leg, because of my knee problem that I've been having, which they told me in my MRI that I had a cartilage damage from when I did that ball hockey tournament, like in 2022. I was actually looking at the video today from 2022. And so I haven't really been able to get my knee 100% ever since then. And the MRI that I had done in Spain, she was like, the doctor was like, yeah, you got like cartilage damage, you know? And I'm like, oh man. But what I did down here in Puerto Rico since the last couple of months I've been down here, I bought a boogie board and I bought flippers instead of just surfing where it's like all you're using your hands to paddle and like popping up on the board. You're not really using your legs very much. Now I got the boogie board with the flippers. And so I'm in the water every day trying to like use it as like sort of a rehabilitation. So it's fun to be in the water and good exercise. But now I'm using my legs and I'm like bending my knees and kicking in that motion, you know, to like really get the knee and really strengthen the area. And I feel so much better. For the last couple of weeks, I've been doing that. I'm really making big strides, and I feel like it's definitely a game changer for my long term knees health. Which I can't believe we're not talking about it anymore. But like, anyways, I digress. I'm down here in Puerto Rico. We got some events coming up in the U.S. that I'm heading up towards. We got the Chi-Town Shuffle at the end of the month in April in Chicago, and so we're heading back up for that. We got opening ceremony last week. It's like the last week in April. Opening ceremony Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, grinding at the rinks. And then after that, I'm heading out to Boston and I'm speaking. I got invited to speak at the marketing department of the business school at my old college up in Merrimack. So I'm going to go there, and I'm just like I was there 10 years ago to do this lecture for the students, and they wanted the professor hit me up, and they want to bring me back in to talk to the marketing students about being a business owner, and I just feel like it's a really good opportunity to like push myself to do something uncomfortable, and like I'm not even quite sure what I'm going to talk about or what I'm going to say, but I'm really excited for that opportunity to like put myself in front of like I don't know how many 20 or 30 young business people and talk about Buttendz and talk about my life the last 10 years and what we've been doing with the company. And then so from there, I'm trying to build out some other opportunities. And I've got a few people I've been talking to out in the Boston area to do maybe some demos. I'm gonna maybe reach out to the Bruins. I'm not sure yet if I'm gonna figure out if I can work that into the schedule or if they're even available. And I'm really excited too. We've got a couple other players out east that are using our stuff, and the captain of BU is using our grips right now. Shane LeChance is the captain of BU. He hit us up on Instagram and was like, "Hey, I saw your grips, or I found them." So we sent him some grips, and he's been using them. We got some pictures of him recently, and they're playing in the Frozen Four. I think it's this weekend actually. So lots of stuff coming up out east, and some big things coming up in April. And I'm excited to get back on the road and back into the grind mode. So pretty soon our sessions are going to be me back on the road again. So we'll be grinding, but it's going to be fun.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have all the technical glitches sorted out very soon, and we'll have all the episodes rolling out just as usual now. Business as usual,
Yeah.
eh?
Yeah, 100%, man. Yeah. So I also, I don't know. We talked about like, um, I want to keep the guests rolling. Like we do. I've got some other guests, some really good guests lined up. Let's just get the tech sorted. Let's see how this one sounds, and then we'll get right back into it for guests. I love doing that. It's so fun to like have other people on the show and ask them about like what they're up to. So I'm looking forward to our next one, man. It's going to be good.
Yeah, likewise. Like, oh, hey. Good session.
Session. Thanks everybody for tuning in as always. I can't thank you enough for being a part of this journey, and I wouldn't want to do it with anybody else. And thanks everybody for tuning in. If you made it this far into the podcasts, I love you. And that's a session. Tune in out.
I just couldn't even say.